strengths of yours do you think can show up in a game setting that maybe we don't see as much in practice?
Have you watched me in college?
Yeah.
Well, a little bit of that going on. I'm still the same guy, nothing happened to me. I'm the same guy. If anything, I'm a little bit stronger emotionally and the way how I handle different situations.
Oh man, so despite the adversity, dog, Shedeur Sanders has finally been given the opportunity to show his talents because this Friday he will be starting in the Cleveland Browns' first preseason game, dog. Bruh, they've been hating on this man hard. Not only was the depth chart just released and they had my boy dead last, although he been showing his ass in training camp killing these boys, but he also had to deal with reporters saying silly shit like this, man. Listen to this dude. What his name is? Grossi or something? Listen to this dude say some shit like this. The homie had to check him.
He's got the fewest reps in camp and he's got a sore arm. Why? Well, people say he throws a lot before practice and after practice. Well, how counterproductive is that?
I'm sure there's a method to the madness.
What is it?
He's trying to get his arm right, Tone. I'm sure he's probably practiced more now than he has at any point in his
Well,
collegiate
it obviously
career.
was counterproductive because he's got a sore arm.
Okay, so you're using that as a negative against the kid?
I don't understand.
Jesus, God, would you give him a chance?
Well,
My God,
here's the
because his
thing.
arm's sore?
Yeah.
What, that's a negative? That the kid's got a sore arm?
Yes.
Because he's working too hard? The hell out.
Working against who? Who's he
Get out
working
of
against?
here. You got an agenda with that. You're going to, you know what,
Riz.
Tone? That's going to bite you in the ass.
And to add insult to injury, y'all probably know Jimmy Haslam was out here saying nasty shit like this, man. Peep this real quick, bro.
We have good process, okay? And if you'd have told me, let's see, we picked him on Saturday, right? Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur, I would say that's not happening. But we had a conversation early that morning, and then we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur. Just like who's going to start or what play we're going to call is Kevin's call. But that's Andrew's call. He made the call.
Why? Nevertheless, y'all know Shedeur. He's smooth and cool with the whole situation. Peep this message he had right here.
How do I block out the noise? I would say it always been, like I always face adversity, since growing up. In each level, it always been something. So you just know how, when you figure out how people come at you and life is a cycle, it keeps repeating over and over and over, then you understand, what game this is or what they're doing, so I can never feel less than. Nobody could ever make me mentally get out of position in the situation I am. I'm thankful for who I am. I'm thankful for who my dad is. I'm thankful for my family, and no one can make me feel bad about the blessing that I do have.
Okay, but despite everything the football gods have given Shedeur Sanders a chance to show that he belongs not only on the roster, but also he can possibly be QB1 for the Cleveland Browns. So we just got to see everything. Now, although there has been a lot of hate as you guys seen, there has been some fans that's been showing some love, okay? Now, this dude right here, check out his breakdown saying Shedeur versus Dillon Gabriel. This is Will Upton, NFL. He's on YouTube as well, man. Y'all see his stuff right there. Support him right there. But check out this coverage.
All right, I've got a quick Shedeur Sanders rant. Here's some highlights from training camp today. People forget Shedeur Sanders was the most accurate passer in college football history. And we're going to show you the training camp stats from today. I get it, they're just training camp stats. But the narrative is really the big issue that I have with Shedeur Sanders, because the media portrays him obviously as something he isn't, which is like, this terrible person. But people also don't realize he's a really good QB. So here's Browns training camp stats from today. Once again, I totally understand it. Make fun of it all you want. Shedeur Sanders, 7 of 10, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Dillon Gabriel, 3 of 14, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Let me give you some facts. I hate talking about it because it sounds so negative on Dillon Gabriel, but he was not a third-round quarterback. Shedeur Sanders was a third-round quarterback. I think he was more of a first-round talent, but neither here nor there. The Browns took a shot, and they took a gamble on Gabriel in the third round. He's not 6 foot tall. He's got small hands. He had a good career, a good season at Oregon. But Shedeur Sanders, what he did for Colorado, I'm a Notre Dame football fan. I don't really care about, Colorado Buffalo football because I only care about Notre Dame football. it just sucks because the narrative is now player versus player, as opposed to these guys are teammates. Let's root for the both of, their success, not only with the Browns, but the NFL in general. It sucks that it's such a biased, it's just not really a fair comp, because Dillon Gabriel shouldn't have been drafted in the 3rd round. It should have been Shedeur and Gabriel in the 5th. And I hate saying this out loud because I'm not trying to rag on Gabriel in any way, shape, or form. I'm just telling you, Shedeur Sanders will be the Browns franchise quarterback as long as they give him an opportunity. I don't know when it's going to come. I think it'll come this upcoming season, and I think when they give him the shot, it's going to be game over, GG's, he's the starter for the rest of the season. But like I said, they overshot, they overdrafted with Dillon Gabriel, and every team, we don't even have to get into it. Shedeur in the 5th round is ridiculous, but it's neither here nor, or I guess it is here and there. But anyways, you'll see very soon that Shedeur Sanders is the best rookie QB on the Browns roster. You kind of already have.
All right, shout out to the homie right there. Now, when Shedeur finally got some reps against the starting defense, the ones, homie from the Dogs podcast talked about it right here.
So they get to 11-on-11 session, apparently, and they've got the first team defense out there, but it's the second team offense going against the first team. And who's leading the second team offense? It's Shedeur Sanders. So Shedeur Sanders is taking reps, and this is what we've been asking for forever. He's taking reps against the first team defense. And by all accounts, Kid held his own. And you got to remember when we're talking about this, I'm not saying that Shedeur Sanders took first team reps. He did not. He took second team reps against the first team defense. He's playing with the second string offensive line. He doesn't have Joel Bitonio and Wyatt Teller and DeJuan Jones and Conklin and Posick and these guys out there. He doesn't have Judy and Njoku. He's playing with the second team offense against Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward and Schlesinger and all these guys. And sounds like he did pretty good. I've seen the video clips. He's moving in the pocket well. He's finding his targets. He's hitting his targets. He's making plays on the run. He's throwing accurate passes on the move. He's doing all the things that during the pre-draft process, scouts and analysts said would be his positives, his pros moving into the NFL. And he looks impressive. It looked good. And I just want to see what continues to transpire as the week goes on. Does he start to take any reps with the first team offense against the first team defense?
Now, Shedeur also spoke about his experience playing against the ones and also said a bit more. Check him out right here, dog.
Yeah, I would say pretty much, I view it as the defense does a great job of mixing players in. So backers, you got rookies out there sometimes. DBs, you got different guys out there. So it's not mentally I go out there and I'm like, these are the ones I'm going to get nervous. Like, it don't got anything to do with that. And truthfully, I don't care what O-line I go out there with. It could be 1s, 2s, 3s, whatever the situation is. And I know Friday when the game is, if I'm with 2s or I'm with 3s, it don't matter to me. I'm just ready to get down and get to, doing what I could do.
Now, me, myself, personally, I think that Shedeur is used to playing with squads that aren't top tier as far as talent-wise. He's okay when it comes to that. He started at JSU. Now, relative to their conference, they're pretty talented, but it was a difference when he went to Colorado. We got to acknowledge that shit right there, right? And he also had to go out there a couple of times without his big dogs. He always had some injuries every once in a while too. Travis Hunter or Jimmy Owen Jr. was out sometimes, so he's used to playing with whoever suits that shit up, and he gonna make something out of nothing, dog. That's what this man has been known to do since we known him. Shedeur is going to make it work, so I believe in his ability to make the right plays and take care of the football. But this Browns reporter right here, he ain't no hater, man. This dude right here, the real T Rizzo, he was holding it down. He was actually excited that Shedeur is going to get a real chance to show what the hell he could do.
What do you know? What do you know? Long day on the golf course, kids, but the reward. Yes, Shedeur is starting against Carolina, okay? I know half of you are happy, half of you are not happy. I'm thrilled. I want to see this kid. Man, this could be the most watched preseason game in Cleveland Browns history. All I ask is that the kid gets a chance. This is a real chance. Now, I don't know who he's going to be playing against, and he hasn't had a lot of reps, but I'm expecting him to light it up. I am. I think this kid can play, and I'm excited for you, Shedeur. Boy, the sports gods work in mysterious ways. We will chop it up tomorrow morning on the Really Big Show. Don't you miss it.
Okay, man, but check out some highlights so y'all can see how this man been tearing this shit up. I don't understand why they haven't been giving him more reps with the ones based on how he's been performing, though. Like, look at this. Look at this. All right, just watch some clips. Listen, man, Shedeur, take them reins and don't let go. Don't let go. You got this, man. Trust me, you got this. So we gonna see how this gonna go. I'm confident in his ability though, dog. But yo, y'all let me know what you gotta say in the comment section below me. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo,